After being doxxed and targeted by the leftist Washington Post writer Taylor Lorenz, conservative Libs of TikTok founder and operator Chayla Raichik Saturday got an opportunity to sit down with her gaslighting attacker for a recorded chat. And with logical, admirable, confident ease, she shredded the flimsy tapestry of ignorance, lies, deflections, and self-deception Lorenz and her current publishers, and by the way, she previously worked for the New York Times, well, that they've all employed, and which they seem intent on using as long as they publish, in order perhaps to feed Americans false narratives and to smear those like Raichik who tell the truth about leftism. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV. You know, it really was quite a meeting. In a 5.5-minute segment posted to X, one can see the glorious hallmarks of a smart, prepared woman, Raichik, who confidently, calmly, and unrelentingly presses the squirming, all over the map Lorenz as the latter tries to reframe, redefine, deflect, claim ignorance, and eventually wash her hands of culpability in the matter of whether sexually graphic material should be aimed at children in public schools. Now, this would be material that Raichik exposes along with other collectivist agendas, mostly by posting on X the leftist material she finds on TikTok. And even before one gets far into the video exchange, one might smile because the opening visuals are pretty darn glorious. Lorenz hides behind a silly, pretend it's useful cloth mask, while Raichik wears a t-shirt emblazoned with a picture of Lorenz crying crocodile tears during one of her infamous interviews. It was awesome. And then the dissection begins as Raichik asks,
So do you think we should give kids porn in school? The images of like gay sex?
Immediately, Lorenz deflects, reframing the question so that she doesn't actually have to answer it.
I went to public school, and in public school, at least when I was growing up, we were absolutely given literature, explaining sex, educating people.
It had pictures of like anal sex?
Oh, absolutely. And it actually talked about condom use.
What grade?
God, I don't remember, but certainly probably middle school.
Well, Raichik, detecting guarded falsity between the opaque claims she's hearing, drills further, mentioning 2 gay-centric sex books that she's found on school lists and asking if those should be given to kids in school. Yet, despite Lorenz criticizing Raichik for sounding online alarms about this type of material, when it comes to those specific titles, Lorenz admits she hasn't looked at them. But, of course, as a deflective tactic, she tries broadly to imply that sexual predation can be caused by a lack of what she seems to think is valuable sex ed in tax-funded schools. To find out more about the kind of sex ed Lorenz likes, Raichik follows up.
So we should give kids like pictures of gay sex in middle school and actually elementary school, some of them.
These are specific, easy to grasp questions. But Lorenz, again, well, of course, she is the woman who scours Raichik's X feed and criticizes her for simply reposting on X what leftists are doing on TikTok. Well, she once more claims ignorance.
I guess I'm wondering what you consider that.
Well, Raichik already has posted this information, and one might expect that Lorenz would be able to figure this out. And it's at this point that the Libs of TikTok creator begins to press the logic and evidence buttons harder and faster.
Do you want to see a picture?
Well, I don't know, but are you talking about the ones that you've posted on your Twitter account?
Yeah.
The net is dropping and already revealing Lorenz as a person who claims ignorance of things about which, online, she already has criticized Raichik.
I guess those don't look like what I received when I did sex ed.
Viewers will notice the nervous Lorenz's uptalk TM and her faster delivery. it begins in earnest as Raychick reaches for her phone because clearly Lorenz is getting a sense that she has backed herself into a corner that will be revealed when Raychick shows her the images.
But I think sex ed is important because it actually helps.
So you didn't have those types of things when you were in school?
Oh no, we had sex ed.
Which is a deflection through generalization and a likely preparation for a claim of misunderstanding on her part, when, of course, she is shown the pictures she already should have seen, given how much she criticizes Raychick about her Libs of TikTok so-called intolerance of LGBTQ people and agendas.
When you had sex ed in school, did you not get books with graphic imagery?
Pictures of gay sex?
Lorenz again tries to deflect and claim that she certainly learned about gay sex in school, but Raychick presses her point about actual images, visual depictions of gay sex. In fact, Raychick gets Lorenz to admit she kept referencing the pictures, yet Lorenz is claiming ignorance. And Raychick just happens to have her phone with her. So why not correct any claimed misunderstanding on the part of Lorenz and show her what she already has been referencing when attacking Raychick? In other words, why not get Lorenz to defend in person what she seems so tirelessly willing to do online as she attacks Libs of TikTok for somehow being anti-LGBTQ.
So those pictures I posted on my Twitter, you had graphics like that?
I actually don't know. I don't remember, to be honest. But I do think that it's really important to
But knowing those pictures, you seem to know very well what those pictures are. Do you think that?
I don't. I've seen
Oh, you kept referencing it.
Well, I've seen you post things,
then
but I don't
pull
know.
it up.
That's an 01.
But I think, yeah, I guess I feel...
Because we need to put this into context.
Yeah. Well, we won't know the context, of course, because we don't know the context of how those things are being taught.
Oh, so we could give kids like pictures of gay sex as long as it's in the proper context?
And that brings Lorenz to her last attempt at defense, the classic Aristotelian fallacy of the appeal to authority.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to the educator to determine, right? I don't know.
Which not only deflects and acts as an insulator to protect her from criticism, it assumes that the political collective is the answer. That the political collective, as expressed through the policy of the collective preferred so-called expert, that knows better and has more moral authority than actual parents. When she actually sees images from a book called Genderqueer, drawings of young people engaged in oral sex, Lorenz momentarily seems taken aback. But again, she claims ignorance about context and defers to the sex educator, and even has the audacity to imply that Raychick isn't qualified to decide whether her kids ought to see those images in school. Throughout this incredibly revelatory exchange, Lorenz exemplifies many of the key problems with the government school is moral mindset. The pusher of collectivism negates individual choice regarding payment and pedagogy, negates parental prerogatives, and then, when challenged to justify a controversial aspect of the curriculum, refers to authority. Of course, in the classic socialist argument, this so-called authority is said to have been chosen by the people, and thus it is the expert and overrules personal choice, free will, and parental rights. One cannot tell whether Ms. Raychick stands for or against the larger question of government-forced payments for schools, public schooling itself, which of course from the outset is an immoral predicate. But when it comes to exposing the baseless attacks of leftists like Lorenz and revealing their weaves and dodges and eventual, of course, deference to the collectivist authority, well, Raychick has done a stellar job. Let's hope that video gets seen often and by many, many generations. And a lot more often than the content of the government-provided Genderqueer book. Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Find us on Rumble, where they don't censor MRC TV. Of course, find us on YouTube, where sometimes they do, as you probably are aware. Please share the videos far and wide with as many people as you possibly can. And head on over to MRCTV.org. It's MRCTV.org to find out what the whole team is doing. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on X. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram. And if you want to find me on Gab, I'm at Guard Goldsmith, and on X, I'm at Gardner Goldsmith. And by the way, while you're at MRCTV.org, please consider heading over to the donations section. That's always a big help. And check out the MRC Store and get some great items there. Thanks for watching, one and all. Remember to share the videos. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.